Hi, I'm here to talk about how HelloPerfect Laser Aesthetic Clinic destroyed my skin. And they are threatening me with 2 years imprisonment if I speak out. So this is my story. On the 9th of August 2023, that was when my ordeal with Hello Perfect Lisa Clinic started. So I stumbled on Hello Perfect's page on my FYP simply because I was searching for things to take care of my acne and their page came up. And I sent them a message asking them how I could book an appointment. And then they said that I need to pay 20,000 naira, blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay. And then they said that it was for an in consultation and not an online consultation. So I was like, okay, when I come to Lagos, I would walk into their place. So after some days, I came back and I was like, why don't I do the virtual consultation? And then they said I need to pay 30,000 naira for the virtual consultation. I was a bit confused because why would someone pay 20,000 naira for an in consultation and pay 30,000 naira for a virtual consultation? You're not seeing me. Like, you're literally working on what you see on video. I expected the in consultation to even be more expensive. But then again, it's their policy, right? No problem. So then I made payments for the virtual consultation, 30,000 naira. And they said I was going to have the virtual consultation that day. And guess what? I reached out to them on the time that was for the virtual consultation. And then they said the esthetician was not around. And I was like, okay, no problem. So then they said the virtual consultation will be moved or rescheduled until the next day, which is not part of the day that they say that is for virtual consultation. I said, okay, no problem. Maybe because they cancelled on me today, maybe tomorrow will be different. Fine. And then the next day, I reached out to them concerning the virtual consultation and they asked me to send some pictures to them before the virtual consultation. Mind you, before I paid for the virtual consultation, I told them what I had in mind, that I would like to do their CAT treatments, which I have seen on their page, and their dark underarm depigmentation procedure, which they said that, which I asked them how much it will cost, but they said that they cannot give me the breakdown until I'm done having the virtual consultation, which I said, all right, no problem. So after having the virtual consultation with someone called Faith, the consultation went well, everything was good. I laid my complaints about my acne, then my acne scars, then I also talked about my dark underarm, which the major problem for me was my acne, dark my acne scars and my dark underarm. And then she told me that okay, for my acne treatment I would need the CAT treatment for some time. I think she said I might need do it 2 to 3 times. Then why for my acne scars, she said there are like two procedures that I could do, either the microneedling or the laser resurfacing. So I said okay, but she said first of all let's start with the CAT, which I said all right. And then for the dark underarm, she told me that I would need a depigmenting procedure, which I said okay. During the virtual consultation, I explained to the esthetician that I do not live in Lagos, neither do I live in Abuja. I live in Delta State. I live far away. So anything that I'm going to do, I'm going to be booking flights all the way from Delta or Anambra State to Abuja or Lagos. The reason why I was saying this is because I'm a medical student and a doctor soon, and I know what it means to take the biodata of a patient. Part of the reason why we ask our patients what is their occupation, what they do for a living, and every other thing is to know their background, to know the kind of things that we're going to require out of them, to know if they can afford this or not, right? I expected them to be able to tell me, okay, this is what you're coming for. You come for this, you get this done, and go back to wherever you're coming from. So I moved forward to explain my concerns, which was my acne, my dark underarm, and my acne scars. And then she listed out a whole lot of things. So I said, okay, I would like them to send it to me with their prices so that I can prepare before my trip. So after they sent it to me, I wasn't it wasn't really clear. So I told them that this is not really, really clear. You did not properly break it down. And then she sent it again, but she still did not properly break it down. But then I was like, okay, at least the prices are there. Let me just work with that, right? I booked my flight a few weeks after to Abuja, to the Abuja clinic, and I told them I was going to be coming. And then they said, okay. So right from the airport, I dropped my things at the hotel, and I moved straight to their clinic that same day that I landed Abuja. And I had my first CAT treatment with them. So after I visited the Abuja clinic, they told me that I will need to do two more CAT treatments, which is the acne treatments. And I said, okay. So I traveled back to Anambra 2 days after. After 3 to 4 weeks, I visited their Lagos branch to do my second CAT treatment, which is the acne treatment. And then when I got there, they told me that I might not need to do another CAT treatment, that I'll need to go into the treatment for the scars, which I said, okay. So they told me that I would need to do a laser resurfacing treatment. Remember, when I did the consultation, the virtual consultation, they told me about microneedling and the laser resurfacing treatment. But here at the clinic, they were convincing me about the laser resurfacing treatment. They did not even mention that microneedling. Told me that if I needed a fast recovery, that I should go for the laser resurfacing, which was what I said, okay. Can I see pictures of people that had done it? And then they showed me pictures of before and after pictures of people. And I was like, wow, is this painful? They said yes, that it is very painful. I was like, can I be able to bear this? They said yes. And I said, okay, no problem. And then I asked them, because I saw the way someone's face was before and the way it was after. Then I asked them, how long does it take to heal? Because I have a vacation coming up in 2 months and I will need my face cleared. And they told me, in 3 weeks, I'll be fine. That was what they told me. In 3 weeks, that I would be fine, that everything was going to clear. And then I believed them and I said, okay. So then I booked for the laser resurfacing next month in that November. And we then calculated it there. It was over like 3 weeks plus before my vacation. So they were like, no, by then I'll be fine. So tell me, why would I want to go on a vacation with a dark face? If I had known that I would go on this vacation with my face looking like this, I would never had agreed to do the procedure until after my vacation. They promised me that my face was going to be clear. And I said, okay. I went ahead, I made the payments, and then I came for the procedure. When this procedure started, it was so painful. Mind you, these people are so disorganized that before I came to Lagos, I asked them, is there any payments that I'll need to make so that I can make preparations before coming? And they were like, no, I was done with the payments and everything. Good and fine. And then I came to Lagos. When I got to Lagos that day, they told me I need to make payment for something. And I was surprised. Like, I told you guys that I'm a student. I plan myself. I save my money before coming. I don't have money to splurge. And then they said no, that I needed to make the payment, that it was just something to for the procedure, blah, 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 blah. I said, all right. I think it was about 65,000 naira plus. I said, okay. And I made payments. After I made the payments, I went ahead, did the procedure. This procedure was painful. Like, it was so painful that I was convincing myself that beauty is pain. I was holding on that, okay, Thelma, you're trying to get your skin right, so bear the pain, which I did. Immediately after the procedure, I came out and then they had this stuff on my face and I was waiting for them. And then after some time, I saw two of their staffs arguing. One was like the 4% Kilgman, which is hydroquinone plus two other products, was not available. And then the other one was like, it was 10% that was available. And she was like, she would give me the 10% Kilgman products. But then the other lady was like, no, 10% is too much for her. And then the other lady was like, no, 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 no. I would tell her how to use it. I was a bit confused, but I was just like, I need to trust these people. I believe that they know better. So the lady told me that she's going to give me this 10% and she would tell me how to use it. Mind you, there was no specific guidance on how to use the products. So I bought other products from their store, and then they asked me to go to a pharmacy to get some other things, which I did. Remember, they did not tell me there was an aftercare treatment. They didn't tell me that I needed to buy anything. On a normal, I was supposed to plan for that money because I always asked them. I had to like pay up for the things that I didn't plan for. But then, after all, my skin is going to be clear, right? Let me move forward. And then I left their clinic. And then that was when the whole buhaha started. Every time I am the one sending them message to tell them about the progress of my skin. Nobody was asking me, hey, Thelma, how is your skin right now? Can we see the progress? Can we see what's happening? I was the one constantly sending them messages. Like, okay, this is my skin today. This is my skin tomorrow. This is my skin this is my skin that. So this clinic, they are so fond of giving incomplete information. I always ask them, what and what do I need? Do I need to pay for anything? Let me know before the time. Because I book my flights, I book my accommodation, and I pay for the treatment. Mind you, anybody that goes to HelloPerfect knows that the treatment is not cheap. So how can I be paying millions of naira for you to be so careless with me? Moving forward, I went on my vacation with a dark skin. And my friend had to even send him a message like, what's wrong? Why is her face like this? This was when I was preparing for my vacation. Why is her face like this? I thought that this thing was supposed to have cleared by now. And then they were like, don't worry, sir, everything is fine, that it was going to get better, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, he knows of someone that had done this same procedure in another clinic, and the person's face just peeled off and everything was fine. They said he should not worry, that I'll be fine. I said, okay. Apparently, he was just trying to convince me for me to feel better because I was so worried. I was so ashamed of my skin. I was going to class. My face was looking burnt, seeing patients, and my face was looking so horrible. And people were asking me, Thelma, what happened to your face? People even thought that someone poured me hot water or something without knowing that I went for a laser treatment. But what I was just convincing myself with was, oh, Thelma, don't worry. Your skin is going to be fine. In few weeks, your skin is going to be fine, without knowing that my skin was going to get worse. So then I went on my vacation with a very bad skin. And I was still hoping that everything was going to be fine. And then I sent them pictures of how I was looking and everything. And then they told me, the day that my vacation started, they told me that I will need a depigmenting procedure. And I was a bit confused, like, which one is depigmenting procedure? Like, did I join cult or something? Like, what have I gotten myself into? I'm literally not getting better. Like, and you keep telling me that I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do that. When I was in your clinic, you did not tell me that I'll need to do a depigmenting procedure. Mind you, I did not even know that my face was going to be black all through my vacation. Because if I had known, why will I do the procedure? Why? I will go for my vacation, have fun, and come back and do it. But no problem. I said, okay. I went on to my vacation because I did not want anything to spoil my mood. Throughout the vacation, I was so insecure. I was so sad because I'm not even a girl that knows how to do my makeup. I don't know how to do my makeup. So I couldn't even do my makeup all through my vacation. I literally carried my face like this. And I said, all right, I was not going to allow anybody ruin my holiday. I moved on in as much as it was disturbing me. I was so sad. I was like, which kind of thing be this? Like, why did I put myself into this? Like, why did I get myself into this? And then when I was coming back from my vacation, I asked them if they were still available at their clinic so I can stop by and do what they said I needed to do. And they told me no, that they were on holiday, blah, 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 blah. I said, okay. Then I traveled back down to Anambra State. So then I sent them a message that, okay, I was ready for the pigmenting procedure, blah, blah, blah. And then I noticed that after a week or so, they posted my video on their page about my face. That's the laser procedure. And I was like, I haven't healed. And you people are already posting my video on your Instagram. Like, what is wrong with these people? Are they lacking skills or what? Because mind you, these people were not sending me messages. That was even when I got to see their red flags. Like, all the time I started procedure with them, there was no follow-up. I was the one following up. I was the one sending them messages. Hello, perfect. See my face. Oh, see what I'm going through today. Oh. What do I do? See. I even got some products from their clinic, and they did tell me when to use the products. I kept asking them, this product that I bought, it's been a month. When do I use this product? Mind you, I have these products here and I'm going to show everyone these products. This product that you give to me, when do I use it? And then it was not like I was bugging them. They were like, oh yeah, use it. It was giving, oh yeah, use it. You don't to ask, use them. I don't know if you get me. Like, I was really upset because I was spending a lot of money on this clinic and I wasn't getting my results. And then there were products they asked me to buy, and I haven't even properly used those products. And then you're telling me I need to come for a depigmentation procedure. I already went on a vacation with a black face. What are you expecting from me? Just for me to feel good? No, I want to feel good. So after I told them I was going to come to Lagos for the depigmenting procedure, I started making my research. I started asking questions. I went to a spa and then they told me that they even have this laser machine, but this is not how my face was supposed to be. Like, they have done laser resurfacing for other people and their face don't turn out like this. And then they were like, I don't even need this depigmenting procedure. Like, it was never supposed to be there. And then I asked myself, what have I gotten myself into? Like, what have I gotten myself into? Just thinking about this thing right now, it's taking me back to a place that I have been struggling to heal from. These people literally promised me a better skin, only for me to get to find out from a proper dermatologist that a laser resurfacing treatment was not supposed to go this deep. My face was not supposed to be like this. And that was when I gave up. And then they sent me a message to remind me of my appointments with them, and I told them that I was no longer interested. Never for one day did HelloPerfect ask me why. Never for one day did HelloPerfect send me a message to say, hey, we have a procedure with you, and we know that this procedure is a very critical procedure or is a very serious procedure that you need care and attention. Never for one day did they send me a message. Mind you, few weeks before I cancelled my appointment with them, they posted my laser video. And I was like, why are these people posting my laser video when you've not gotten results? I expect you to only post when there is a result, because that is misleading. You are literally misleading the public. And then my friend sent them a message, take this post down. And they said, oh, she gave her consent, blah, 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 blah. And then he said, the consent has hereby been withdrawn. Take it down. Never for one day did these people come to the person that gave them consent. Hey, Thelma, someone sent us a message on Instagram and said that your consent has been withdrawn, that we should take away the video that you had posted. Nobody sent me a message. Nobody asked me anything. Because I believe that that's the proper thing to do, to confirm at least that I was the one that asked the person to tell them to take it down. They never cared, nothing. And I said, okay. I went to another dermatologist and then they told me the damage. They told me the damage that HelloPerfect had done to my skin. And I was so devastated. I was sad. I was depressed. I paid flights. I paid for hotel bills. I paid millions of naira to do all my procedures with them, only to end up like this. Worse than I got into their clinic. Worse than I looked before. And then I locked up. I was struggling with my skin. People would always ask, Thelma, what are you doing about your skin? Thelma, what are you doing about your skin? You have acne. You have this. You have that. If only they know. If only they know how much I have spent on this skin. Nobody will ask me, Thelma, what you have done. I've never seen myself as someone that will come out on social media to be this vulnerable. But HelloPerfect said they would take me to prison for 2 years if I come out and speak my truth. And then I want to know, who really Oyeka Ugu is? Who are you? I had been a shadow of myself. And then I posted a video of myself in April about my procedure with this clinic. I never had any intention to call out their name. I just wanted to share my story without calling out their name. A lot of people asked me questions. A lot of people said, what clinic was that? But I held the name of the clinic out of respect for them. Only for them to send me a message 2 days after I made the posts. Apparently, 2 years after I left their clinic. And they said they would like to have a review with me. a review with me. And I said, okay. And then they booked a Zoom call, which I attended. In that Zoom call, they had 3 people. Their cameras were turned off. The 3 people are, one was the manager. They said that one was the manager. The second was the customer service. And the third person was the CEO, Oyeka Ugu. They said in quotes. They said they wanted to have a review with me and their cameras were turned off. I was the only one with my camera open. I was trying to understand why their cameras were turned off. And then I said, why are your cameras turned off? And then the CEO, Oyika Ugu, said, my children are playing around, something, blah, blah, blah. And then she told the manager and the customer service to open their call. And only one of them opened their call, who was Stephanie, which I guess is the customer service. The other person did not open a camera. But I was just like, okay, at least I'm seeing someone. And then we started the call. And when the Oyeka Ugo was like, hey, that she saw my post and oh my god, my skin was this, blah 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 blah, that she wants to know what happened, blah 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 blah. In my head, I was like, is this the review? But I was like, okay. And then I took my time and I explained everything to her. When I spoke about the 10% hydroquinone, which is the 10% kill one that they gave to me, she said it was normal. That it was normal, that there was nothing wrong with that. She said that in the call. And then she said that they were sorry for their negligence, that they were sorry that they did not have a good follow-up method as at back then, that they are doing better now, blah 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 blah. Which I said, okay. And then she said, okay, that okay, what can we do about the skin? Okay, can you come into the clinic, that she will take care of she will take care of my skin herself, blah 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 blah. And I said, okay. And then she was now trying to suggest that I go to Port Harcourt. And then I was like, Port Harcourt is far from where I am. That if there's any place that I'm going to come to, it's going to be Lagos. And at this point, I am not ready to book anything. Any flight, any accommodation, anything. If you really want to do the right thing, you book everything down for me to come. And then she was like, okay, no problem about that. That's okay, that I can get off the call now, that they are going to discuss and get back to me. And then throughout that day, nobody sent a message. The next day, nobody sent a message. And I was like, what's happening here? I was like, okay, let me be patient. The third day, then they sent me a message. I've never read any demeaning message like this before in my life. They literally said that I should go to another spa within my location and they will send me products that I would use. And I was like, if I could go, because they were like, I need to treat my acne first before they do any procedure. And I was like, if I could go to a random spa here and you send me procedure, why then did I visit your Abuja clinic and your Lagos clinic the times that I visited for the CAT treatments? Like, why? You could have just told me, because I literally told you my background. I told you I'm a student. You made me book flights, book accommodation, and came all the way to Abuja and to Lagos for this treatment. And now you're not asking me to go within to a spa and do an acne treatment, and then you send me products. It didn't make sense to me. I felt insulted because that was far from what we discussed. So then I got my lawyer involved because I was like, I'll need these people to get what they said they would do in writing, because it seems like they're trying to play fast one on me. And then I told my lawyer everything that happened, and I told my lawyer to send them a message and tell them to put them in writing so that today they will not say this one, tomorrow they will not say this one, so they won't change their mouths. Lawyer sent a message the first time, they did not respond. And then my lawyer sent another message again, letting them know that if they don't respond, that this is going to go to the FCCCP in Nigeria. And then he responded, never in my life has anybody, any human born of a woman, called me an opportunist. But HelloPerfect called me an opportunist. And then they threatened me that if I come out to say my story, that they will send me to prison. Secondly, they denied that they never gave me any 10% Kilgman, which is the hydroquinone. They denied it. After she had agreed that there was nothing wrong with that on the call, apparently they feel like I don't have my proof. These are the products that they gave to me that day. This one, I bought them from a pharmacy. They asked me to buy them from a pharmacy. Why, these are the products I got from their clinic. This was the one I was begging them. When am I going to use this product that I bought? It is still full. It is still full. It is still full. I was asking them, when am I going to use this product? And this is the, see, it's HQ10. Yes, it's showing now. HQ10. That is hydroquinone 10. And because of other products that have been added, which is the glycolic acid and the kojic acid, which is why they call it the Kilgman. They denied in their letter that they never gave me this after she accepted on the call that it was normal. Because they have realized that this was a very wrong product to give to any patient. Never in my life would I believe that this could happen to me. Never in my life would I believe that Thelma will come out on social media to call out any brand. You dare call me an opportunist? Me that is living my life jejely, trying to just have a good skin. You're calling me an opportunist? I have been mentally struggling with my acne. And then I finally came out so that I can be free. So I can be free without adding filter to my videos. Only for you to reach out to me, thinking that you reaching out, you were going to do the right thing, or to just give me the closure that I needed. This is me calling out HelloPerfect Laser Clinic for their recklessness to my skin. Thank you. I am speaking up because my voice will not be silenced. I want people to know what I went through with HelloPerfect, their negligence and their lack of professionalism.